my name is Lance Greene. I'm with the law firm of Saxton and Stump. I practice primarily out of Lancaster County. I've been an attorney since the 2014 is when I passed the bar and got my license in Pennsylvania, and I've been actively practicing since 2017. I joined the Pennsylvania Bar Association. Actually, I looked this up. I joined it when I was in law school. I went to law school at Suffolk Law up in Boston, and I was one of those weird guys that knew when he went to law school in Boston, Massachusetts, that he was not going to take the Massachusetts bar. And I was prepping for Pennsylvania, and a part of that was the bar association, and it was free membership as an attorney, as a law student. And so I didn't know what it was. I was signed up though as a law student, and it just carried over into me getting a degree. And the first year was free as a licensed lawyer, and it kind of stuck around with the jobs that I had, and I got actively involved since 2021, I believe. For me, it's a sense of community. It's a sense of belonging. If that means anything to people, I mean by that is, I'm in a large firm, and I have people within my firm that I can certainly rely on, but outside of my firm, I like getting a better perspective, a different perspective, I should say, and working and talking to people who practice in the same areas as I do across counties, Commonwealth wide, has just really been helpful to me to understand different practice styles, different arguments, how different counties handle certain nuances in the law. It's just been very interesting to keep up those connections and just to talk about things in an academic way, but also in a cordial and social environment has been very, very valuable to me, and which is why I continue to be active in the PBA. Let's say I was you 4 years ago, and look at me, I'm doing a video now. So I'd say, just do it. Just try one event. And I say one event, like really try one event, one of our main conferences. That would be either the summer summit, the mid-year conference, the annual end-of-year conference, or even the bench bar conference, which is great. I haven't even done that one. But I think the mid-year would be great. And the reason why I say try it is because in person is key, because that's where you make the connections. You'll meet people you've never met, who are looking to make connections with people who they've never met in other areas, just to make those connections. It's like I talked about before, that sense of belonging, knowing that you're out there, you're trying to figure out this major issue, this legal issue, and someone is out there doing the same thing you are, and just understanding that you're not alone in that chaos it's just tremendous value that you get in the PBA. Me, I think right now, where I am in my career, I gotta say it's the Summer Summit. That's the Young Lawyers Division Summer Summit. It's always in the end of July. Funny enough, it's usually 2 weeks after my daughter's birthday, and so we kind of also use it as like a little mini family vacation for her. It's always at a very family social type of atmosphere. This most recent year is at an indoor water park. And it's a great event to learn, get great CLEs, and it's a great exposure for the newer attorneys, not just young lawyers, but newer lawyers who have been practicing less than 10 years to get direct access to the leadership of the PBA, as well as serious level speakers. The last time I went to an event, we had the Supreme Court justices of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania presenting CLEs, and having the opportunity to network with them in a social event with my kids present. It really brings that sense of value, that sense of community, and things that elevates your profile as an attorney without you even realizing it, just by being in the room. Yes, so Bar Leadership Institute, or BLI as it's called, is an opportunity for people who apply to have sort of an inside edge or inside scoop on how the PBA runs, getting access to the board meetings, access to every single major event. Again, that would be the CCBL, or the Conference of County Bar Leaders, the mid-year meeting, the annual meeting, and then again, like I said earlier, the Young Lawyers Summer Summit. I was able to go to every single one of those conferences, paid by the Pennsylvania Bar Association, so that I can have an ability to understand how these things work. And again, they put this investment into you as a potential future leader in hopes that you return by coming back and being more involved like I'm doing now. And so for me, I was hooked the moment I had the opportunity to be in the first the board meeting at the summer summit, my year, which I think was 2023. And I was just hooked at that moment. The activity going on, the actual work being done in that room, you don't see it at other board meetings. I'm members of other boards, and some of those boards are kind of boring. So for me to see the activity, the work, the the differences of opinions in the room that we're able to come together and make decisions, it's just very powerful work, and something that I definitely want to be a part of. And so that's anyone that's willing to who wants to know more about the PBA from a very fully immersed experience, I'd say go for the BLI 100%. If you're teetering, I wouldn't push you there until you had an event first, but if you know you want to be involved, go to BLI 100%. Of going through the Bar Leadership Institute, or BLI, I certainly wanted to become more interested and more active in some of the committees. And so I was a part, and sections as well. And so, of course, I immediately became a part of the Young Lawyers Division. I was a part of the council. I was co-chair of Zone 3, best zone in the Commonwealth. You'll hear that many times from Zone 3 because it's actually true. We also continued on with my involvement with the criminal justice section. I also am very heavily involved in the Minority Bar Committee. I first was a liaison for a little bit of time for the young lawyers to the Minority Bar Committee, and then in addition to that, now I'm the co-vice chair of the Minority Bar Committee. In addition to my continuing duties as large young lawyer chair to the council, and I'm also involved in the Children's Rights Committee. It just got pulled into that committee with my work with juvenile delinquency matters, and also matters involving dependency at times in the court. And then also I'm getting more involved in the Membership Development Committee that's bringing you this beautiful video that I'm on right now. And so these are committees, quite honestly, people say, you know, it's not work if you're doing something you are interested in, and these are the committees I'm on. I'm interested in committees that I'm on. And so people say you do a lot, and I kind of say, I don't think I am, because I'm really doing stuff that I selfishly am interested in. But it turns out to being, you know, providing in the community. So I guess everybody wins in that aspect. 100%. I'm also one of those weird guys that's a member of 3 local bars, the Lancaster Bar Association, the Dauphin County Bar Association, as well as the York County Bar Association. Those are the counties I practice primarily in. Lancaster is my home. That's my number one. That's where I lived. That's where I raised my family. That's where I was married to my wife. So I think it's very important to have those local ties, and that's also why I love the PBA, because they actively want you to continue having a relationship with the local bar. And so for me, I think I like the local events because they keep me in tune to the local things. And also, if there's an event that I can go to last minute, I can go to a local event than I can for a Pennsylvania Bar Association event, because most of the time those are out of my county. They require some travel time, and so you have to plan a little bit ahead for those. And so I think you can easily get both. I'm a member of a unit county, which is Lancaster, which when you become a member of the local bar, you automatically become a member of the Pennsylvania Bar because of that relationship. So if you're a member of some of these unit counties, you probably already have a membership, you don't even realize it, so you might as well use it. Everything that we talk about in these videos aligns with any major firm's goals. But for me in particular, they have allowed me the ability to continue working with the PBA because, quite frankly, of the ability to have that community, like I discussed, the ability to grow that network, that business engagement is what we like to call it, or business development. I'm able to meet people on a statewide level in one room over the course of 2 days at times. You don't get that much ability to have those relationships in such a short amount of time too often. And the more you're involved in the PBA, the more you become known as being that person. For example, there are people that call me now because of my relationships with the PBA. They'll call me and say, hey, I got a Lancaster issue. Let me call Lance. Let's see what's going on. And that's primarily because of my involvement in the PBA, but not looking for anything. It's just being there. It's having communications, having discussions with people, and you know who you want to work with. And that's why my firm supports me, because I'm the type of person that's just going out there. I'm not trying to do anything, but if you need help, I'm there to help you. And I want to be known in this area, again, the best zone 3, as someone that you can call on no matter where you are, that's going to assist you in whatever you need, because my firm provides that that service, and I want to help you provide that to anybody else that needs it. And that's what the PBA offers. It's your other partner, I believe is what they call it. And this is why, it's because you have many partners out there that can have the ability to give you information and help you out in any needs, and you just have to want that help. And how you want that is just by being active. Just looking at it from a standpoint of not just pure informational, but if you're someone that's watching what's going on and think we're in a very time of change in the legal field right now. And if you feel like you have something that you want to be heard, or you want something to be advocated for whatever type of law that you're in, whether it be domestic relations or immigration rights or any other type of situation that you can think of, you can use the PBA to be that arm to advocate for that through the use of committees. Work through a committee, you bring that issue through the committee. If it passes through the committee, you can bring it to the House of Delegates, get that passed on by the House, and then it gets passed by the board. And now you got our legislative arm of the PBA advocating at state level on the floor on behalf of whatever you want it to be done. And that can be done at the PBA. I think a lot of people don't realize that there is that advocacy arm of the PBA that I didn't know until I was actively involved as well. And so anyone asks me if there's anything else to add, I usually add this part that, you know, you have the ability to impact the practice of law in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania in this organization. And it's very easy to do so. And it just really requires you to jump in and get involved. That's it. Thank you.